Did the disciple Matthew really write the Gospel of Matthew? Since our modern Bibles say the Gospel according to Matthew at the top, you would think that it's an open and shut case. But it's not. Let's dig into the evidence. First point, the gospel never says who wrote it. There is no line that says, I, Matthew, wrote this. The name Matthew gets attached to that gospel by tradition almost 100 years later. That is not authorship. That is labeling. Second point, the writer of Matthew copies almost the entire structure of Mark, and large portions are copied word for word. Mark is shorter. Mark is rougher. Mark is not an eyewitness. So why would an actual eyewitness disciple have to copy someone who was not there? You do not need a middleman if you were in the room. Third point, Matthew describes a lot of these events from the outside. If it is him writing, he calls himself Matthew from the third person and does not say I. Ever. He does not include any unique stories from him personally being a disciple. And when he talks about the calling of Matthew, it lines up almost exactly to how Mark tells it. That makes no sense if he's the one telling it. How does he not offer any new insight about the part of the story about him? Fourth point, the Greek is polished and educated. A first century tax collector from Galilee would have wrote in Aramaic. Some early church fathers say that Matthew might have wrote something in the Hebrew language, but the gospel we have is clearly written in elite Greek. Last point, the famous quote, according to Matthew, was added by Christian communities later so that each gospel could be attached to someone notable. It is tradition, not evidence, not history. So is the gospel valuable? Sure, it can be. But everything we know points to it being written by an educated Jewish Christian decades after Matthew was gone, not by the disciple himself. But for now, I want you to think about that. If Matthew was the disciple in a firsthand account, why did he need Mark? That's the big one. That's the one that got me. And for what I've personally studied and what I've been learning, and even seeing the comments I've been getting after putting some of this information out, I have not been swayed at all. And I haven't really seen any evidence, especially for why Matthew would need Mark so much. So there's going to be a part 2. There's going to be a part 3. Y'all drop in the comments what you think right now, but just know the conversation will continue. Y'all stick with me. Let's learn something.